Bro, I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No soul in the low, trigger fingers go, living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up and knocking me down. Hey, 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 man, I need to be saved. You're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky. Nothing can stop me tonight. Make me invincible. Unbreakable. Just like a tidal wave. You make me brave. Don't mind. Titanium light so amazing. Like the roar of victory and a stand. Who can touch me? 'Cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it, invincible. I feel it.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to CRN. We have another race here in tap for you tonight. The 410 Sprint Cars at the Big E, the house that Earl built. That's right, Eldora Speedway. Tonight's debut is a .44 mile dirt oval, and definitely going to be a little bit of fun. With the new update for the dirt side, you're going to see more tire wear being used. So when do you want to kind of save a little bit? And then also, when do you want to go and try to throw down heaters to get the lead? That's definitely going to be something fun here to watch, as the top 12 cannot qualify that are in the points. 12th on back can qualify. And after that, we're going to set up our heat races. There's going to be a total of 4 heat races, and then a D main, or a B main, a C main, a B main, and then we're going to go to feature racing. 3 minutes left on tap for the practice session here, and so far we have a Thaddeus Marshall on top of the box with a 13.179. And then Cody Bishop just 0.2 off of him. So Thaddeus Marshall looking to throw down with the dirt side of things here. As coming into this race, Thaddeus Marshall is looking to be the favorite for tonight's race. I want to sit and thank everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed to CRN. Y'all are what makes CRN possible. Can't thank y'all enough. Want to thank our biggest supporter, Barry Kistler, out there already in chat, saying, I am sure we will see a great race tonight. Good luck, drivers, giving them all of the thumbs up and all of the luck that they need. Want to thank all 637 subscribers that we have been able to accumulate over the year. I want to say thank you to everybody out there that has liked, shared, and subscribed to CRN, as we have a week chocked full of broadcasts throughout the whole week. Money races, league races, any type of racing that CRN could possibly bring you, we have it on tap. I want to thank Kelly Pointer for coming on board with the sponsorship. Kelly Pointer with Pointer Motorsports, sponsoring pretty much every single season out here on Core Racing League. Want to give him a big shout out. If you guys are into energy drinks and you guys like drinking energy drinks, want to give a big shout out to W Energies for coming on board with the Core Racing League. Use code COREDUB, all one word, all capitalized, for 10% off on your next purchase of anything Dubby related. Practice just getting underway here. Actually, it's over. Now we get to watch these other drivers come out and run some laps for qualifying. I'm going to see who can top the boards for qualifying here, as the top 12 in points are not allowed to qualify, and is going to see who will get top spot here tonight. Looking at the number 036, Theo Bishop, he's going to be the first one to take the times out here tonight, as his first lap has just started. Theo Bishop out of California, NASA, trying to see what kind of lap time he can throw down. He's going to try to put it on pole with a quick time. First lap is going to be quick time. No, actually, John Crane with quick time at 13.653 for John Crane. Theo Bishop sitting at P number 3 now, as his second lap is going to go quick time with a 437. Kevin Hollywood Foster and that Castrol number 8 machine coming on out here to do his 2 laps. Let's see what he can do, but John Crane went top of the boards with a sure what's going on with James Molyneux out of New York, sitting at P number 7. Matt Crockett, the Rocket, got his laps on in. He's going to sit P number 9, but it's going to be Brandon Metler, the Indiana native, coming out here, sitting at P number 4 for qualifying, but it's going to be John Crane with a 13.330 to sit on top of the charts. Again, some nice little dirt track racing here in store for everybody tonight. 410 sprint cars. A little bit too much to handle for some, but not too much to handle for a lot of these drivers. As with the Core Premier Series, you got to drive a little bit of everything each and every week. It's never the same car. It's never the same track, as they come up with some crazy car combos with track combos as well. So if you guys are interested in getting into the Core Racing League Premier Series or the GT Series, Argus Series, Dirt Series, anything that Core Racing League has to offer, make sure you go to www.coreracingleague.com. Apply now, get in there, and see what you can do. So far, Brandon Metler out here just running some extra pace laps here, getting used to the car, trying some different stuff with the front wing, as he's going to be knocked down to P number 5, and Caleb Collins going to take over that 4th spot. Kevin Hollywood Foster out here. I believe he's just running some laps. I believe he is top 12 in points, so he doesn't have his laps count, as he's getting some extra time in with some practice laps. Qualifying just underway, 4 minutes out of 10 minutes, and already see the top 11 taking their times for qualifying, as I believe they're going to enhance the session and get on over to the feature or the heat races here tonight. So qualifying is on and over. We're getting ready to set up for the first heat race here tonight. And your first heat is going to be John Crane, Caleb Collins. John Crane, Caleb Collins, Paul Butler, Matt Crockett, Carl Hadwick, Mark Parkhurst, and Joe Sullivan. 7 cars for the heats. And is going to be a fun race here tonight. As we pull that away, get ready for the first heat race out of 4 tonight. The DC Hoonigan machine of John Crane on the pole, and then you got the Atari number 72, the RC Cola number 77, Liquid Death number 10 on back here with Carl Handwerk, and then number 18, Horton Here's a Who. The number 23, Mark Parker's Bass Pro Shops machine. And then Joe Sullivan in that number 76, 410 sprint car. I want to say thanks to everybody out here tuning in and watching all night long. As pace truck lights are off, they're going to go around one more time and get this first heat race on and going. Always loved watching the 410s race, especially around the Big E. As up here, it's going to be Caleb Collins and John Crane. Who's going to be able to get the greater start? Is it going to be the outside or the inside? Track has reset. Pace truck gonna go around one more time, it looks like. Nope, pace truck in this time. Starter green is on the starter, and we are here racing at Eldora. Caleb Collins using the outside to his advantage, not going to be able to get around John Crane. John Crane is going to be able to slide up and take that top lane away from Caleb Collins. Caleb Collins having a little bit of issues there, but deeper in the pack we got Paul Butler, the Liquid Death machine, and Mark Parkhurst along with the 76 doing battle, but side by side the 23 and 77. 77 gets into the wall just a little bit. Paul Butler tapping the wall in that sweet Jenny RC Cola, just not able to get up there. Carl Hadwick making his way up to P number 3, using the high side to his advantage, looking to track down Caleb Collins for P number 2 as John Crane pulling away from Caleb Collins here. So far, so good for these drivers. Carl Handwerk using the inside lane to his advantage. Going to run mid-track down to the inside in 1 and 2, and then going to be all the way down by that wall in 3 and 4. No, he goes up high, top shelf, trying to get as close as he possibly can. As they're still going. There, and now you can see the gap here. 8 laps out of 12 complete, and Carl Handwerk has caught P number 2. What does Caleb need to do to keep that number 18 behind him? And here comes Carl Handwerk, pretty much mimicking each and every lap that Caleb Collins is doing, running it where he can. Is a little bit of a gap now between Caleb and Carl Handwerk. Mark Parkhurst closing in the gap. Matt Crockett getting ready to be in a little bit of a battle with Joe Sullivan, and Joe Sullivan is bringing up the rear end, but no, Paul Butler into the wall off of turn number 2. Now we got a 3-car breakaway here. White flag. This time by John Crane off of turn number 2, or off of turn number 4. going to be able to grab the checkered flag for heat race win number 1. Caleb Collins in P number 2, and rounding out your top 3 is going to be Carl Handwer. Heat race number 2, getting ready to get started here. Going to go ahead and run down the heat race grid. You got Theo Bishop starting P number 1, Brandon Metler in 2nd, Tim Ponzi in 3rd, Dan Phelps in 4th, Christopher Hamilton in 5th, Derek Sherman in 6th, and running out your 7-car field is going to be that number 8 of Kevin Hollywood Foster. This one, most definitely going to be a great race out here to watch. You got Hollywood, you got Brandon Metler, and you got a lot of fast drivers for this race here tonight. I just want to throw back. Okay, look, this is an old scheme. We did a Grand National Series, and Derek Sherman's still out here repping that paint. As Moose, Death by Moose Media brought that on here, and that was an absolute blast. I was glad to be a part of it. It was really fun to do. But pace truck, get ready to drive on into pit lane. It's going to be Theo Bishop and Brandon Metler on the front row. Who's going to win the second heat race of the night? Pace truck into pit road, this time by Theo Bishop, Brandon Metler. Green flag is out, and we are underway here for the second heat race. Already up into the wall, Kevin Foster, he goes. Going to try to round the outside and not going to be able to get off of it, but it's going to be Theo Bishop leading Brandon Metler. Tim Ponzi, and then number 46, under heavy pressure from Derek Sherman. Derek Sherman slid up a little bit too much, almost got in the left rear of Tim Ponzi. Almost did it again, but he's right there. Can he make the pass? Top 3 make it to the feature. Slide job for the number 42. Oh, a little bit of contact. They're everywhere here as Derek Sherman going for the race lead. He's going to be able to take it on lap number 4. But here comes Christopher Hamilton in the number 64, looking to make anything happen in the Death by Moose Media number 64. Riding that inside, but it's going to be Derek Sherman leading the way towards the back. Tim Ponzi is in P number 3, Theo Bishop in 4th, Kevin Foster in 5th. 6th is going to be Dan Phelps, and Brandon Metler took a wild ride towards the end. I'm going to have to go back here and look at the CRN replay, just see what happened to Mr. Brandon Metler. Up into the wall, he broke that tire. Oh man, that championship implications for Mr. Brandon Metler. But towards the front, here's the gap for the race lead. Chris Hamilton breathing it down the neck of Derek Sherman, not able to make the pass, a little bit too sideways. He's got to eye up that run again as these laps are clicking off fairly quickly. As Derek Sherman has this car right where he wants it to be. Chris Hamilton trying to do whatever he possibly can to get around him, get that heat race win. Just not able to do so. As right now, Derek Sherman in control of this field. He's got a 0.3 of a gap to Chris Hamilton. Lap traffic coming into play. Going to use Dan Phelps as that pick, able to run it around. Derek Sherman comes around to take the heat race win number 2, and he has advanced straight to the feature. Doesn't have to worry about doing the alphabet soup here tonight. Chris Hamilton, P number 2, Tim Ponzi in 3rd. 4th is going to be Theo Bishop. 5th, Kevin Foster. 6th, Dan Phelps. And running out your 7-car field was Brandon Metler. Race number 3 is going to be William Edwards in the 888, Dave Tilford in second, James Molyneux in third, Thaddeus Marshall in fourth, Christian Bishop in fifth, Ed Smith in sixth, and running out your 7-car heat is going to be Kelly Bishop. So as you can see here, everybody getting ready to get underway. As the man to watch here tonight for this heat race is going to be Thaddeus Marshall in that Budweiser King of Beers number 4. He is our expertise dirt guy, so look for him to make his way towards the front of the field. But it is 12 laps. 12 laps do go by fairly quickly, as this is heat race number 3. I believe we have one more heat race to go, and then we get into our consolation races. C main, B main, and then the feature. Thaddeus Marshall starting towards the back, David Tilford and William Edwards starting at the front of the field. Pace truck around turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. I'm going to go duck down into pit lane this time by William Edwards. Oh, he went super early. We're underway here tonight. James Molyneux 3 wide through the middle. Going to tag Dave Tilford. As I don't know if that was a legal start or not, but so far so good. Everybody trying to do what they can. Thaddeus Marshall, P number 7, he's got a lot of damage on that front end. We can see what happened to Thaddeus Marshall here right off the start. See what happens here as the 605 and Thaddeus Marshall just get together. Oh, Thaddeus Marshall down to the inside wall. Not the way Thaddeus Marshall wants to start that race. As our first caution comes out here tonight. Ed Smith getting involved in a incident here tonight in the number 605 machine. Gets it a little bit too sideways, no correction, down to the inside. Flips it on around, and that will bring out our first yellow of the night. And now we get to see what these drivers can do. Christian Bishop, William Edwards out here for the race here tonight. So far, so good. As now William Edwards can go as soon as the pace truck hits pit lane. And we will see green flag back underway as we have some calamity towards the back. Gonna go ahead and roll it back through. He's right off the start. James Molyneux getting together with the 26 of Theo Bishop, setting him on around. Oh, the 605 getting tagged. You know, that's going to throw out another race yellow. Still so far, so good. As William Edwards still holding on strong. Dave Tilford back up here towards the top. Thaddeus Marshall up to P number 4. Kelly Bishop in the 666 up here in P number 3. So a pretty stout top 5 here. Yeah, Thaddeus Marshall trying to get his way up towards the front. Leader's going to go early this time, and look at that. Thaddeus Marshall had to get out of the gas. 3 wide into turn number 1. Isn't going to go that way as Thaddeus Marshall gets turned around yet again. No caution going to be thrown. They're going to keep it racing here. Kelly Bishop on the inside of Christian Bishop for the pass. And there they go. Ed Smith trying to collect it, and that will end tonight's race. And William Edwards going to be able to bring home the race win. Christian Bishop in second, Kelly Bishop in the third, Ed Smith in fourth, James Molyneux in fifth, Thaddeus Marshall in sixth. Ryan Archer's 7-car field was Dave Tilford. So C-Main number 1. As we have Matt Crockett starting on pole, Dan Phelps in second, Thaddeus Marshall in third, Joe Sullivan in fourth, Brendan Miller in fifth, and rounding out your 6-car field here tonight is going to be Dave Tilford. Consolation race number 1 of the night, Alphabet Soup, as we like to call it. Still going to be a fun race indeed, though. Matt Crockett, Dan Phelps, top 2. Pace truck going to go around one more time. And we're going to see just what these drivers can do. See who is going to be able to make the feature and who's got to race into the B main. Get a track map up here for you fans out there watching on YouTube, so you guys can see exactly what I see up here in the broadcast booth. Green flag is out. Looks like Matt Crockett, Dan Phelps hard on the outside wall. Here comes Thaddeus Marshall down to the inside. Here's the speed that we've seen from Thad a lot of the times. He's going to overtake P number 1. He's going to go from fourth to first. Brandon Mettler in P number 4, holding off David Tilford for the time being. Dan Phelps falling back just a little bit. As Brandon Mettler trying to catch up to Joe Sullivan. Joe Sullivan down to the inside of Matt Crockett. Not going to be able to get the pass done. Maybe down here in 3 and 4. Not going to be able to do it either. Going to slide up right behind him. 12-lap heat race here tonight. Matt Crockett going to sling it wide. And here comes Brandon Mettler going to make it a 3-car battle. Down to the inside goes Joe Sullivan. Around the high side is going to be Matt Crockett. They touch. And there goes Brandon Mettler to the inside to clear him. Slide job, but here comes a crossover from Matt Crockett. Matt Crockett is going to get turned down to the inside, as that will bring bring out our first caution of the night as we will go back and watch. So a big slide job from Brandon Mettler, able to get all the way up there. And then when he comes back down, he just tags Matt Crockett down to the inside wall. You see it here, crossover move. Brandon Mettler trying to get away from the wall. Gets a little bit snapped back. Tags Matt Crockett. And at this time, once you touch wheels, there's nothing you could really do. Matt Crockett gets it. Slow to back down. He's going to hit the inside wall with the tire as well. And he's going to have that car stop there. Can't get it turned back around in time. As just before he gets it turned back around, he's got Thaddeus Marshall coming around. And admin's doing nothing but throwing out that caution here tonight. As everybody coming back in to do some more racing. Brandon Mettler moves up to P number 2. Thaddeus Marshall is the race leader, as he's going to elect to take the inside. Matt Crockett back out. Going to be one lap down. But it's going to be up to Mr. Thaddeus Marshall on when he wants to go. He's backing up from that pace truck to get a great run. Going to run up top. And as soon as that pace truck hits the pit road, and he is off to the races, and there we go for the C main. Back here though, Brandon Mettler, top shelf, Joe Sullivan down on the inside, but here comes Dave Tilford around the outside as well. We'll get back on board with the number 12 of Dave Tilford, as Thaddeus Marshall is on a whole another playing field, different zip code. And Brandon Mettler holding on strong to P number 2. Joe Sullivan holding on to P number 3. So far, so good for these racers. Is Thaddeus Marshall coming around to take the final lap of this time by? He just crossed it right now. Final lap here for the C main. Thaddeus Marshall up front by almost a straightaway. But it's going to be these 5 drivers back here that are still battling for the checkered flag. And there it is. Brandon Mettler in second, Joe Sullivan in third, Dave Tilford in fourth. Dan Phelps rounding out your top 5. And in sixth is going to be Matt the Rocket Crockett. B main time. And here we go. Go ahead and show up the grid. Mark Parkhurst starting on the pole. Theo Bishop in second. Ed Smith in third. Paul Butler in fourth. Kevin Foster in fifth. James Molyneux in sixth. Thaddeus Marshall in seventh. Brandon Mettler in eighth. Joe Sullivan in ninth. Dave Tilford is going to ride out your 10-car field here for the B main. While everybody's getting gridded on up, and they're coming out of the pit lane for the B main, it's going to be Theo Bishop and Mark Parkhurst on the front row. Third and fourth is going to be Paul Butler and Ed Smith. James Molyneux and Kevin Foster. Brandon Mettler and Dave Tilford. Thaddeus Marshall and Joe Sullivan will run out your 10-car field. 10 drivers out here getting ready to do battle for 20 laps on this B main. Gonna see if Thaddeus Marshall can continue his luck to go from the back to the front. We've seen how disastrous it was for him to do it in the heat races. Now he's got to do it in the B main, get all the way up to the front and see if he can't contend for the race win here tonight. It would be big to see that number 4 car not make the feature. And pace truck down into pit lane, this time by Mark Parkhurst, bringing these drivers on around, and they are off to the races. Mark Parkhurst with a great launch down, and here comes Ed Smith all the way up to the top, and we had a spin, it looked like, but there was no spin, and here they come. Ed Smith to the top. Here comes Thaddeus Marshall all the way up to P number 4, all the way up to the racetrack. He's going to try to take over P number 4 as of 3. Gets a little bit of contact there from the drivers as we are under caution, and it looks like John Obinger makes it to the broadcast booth here tonight. How's it going, John?
Hey, Dylan, how you doing?
You know, I'm doing all right. Just doing what I need to do. Waiting for Brendan Poe. I don't know. I think he got caught sleeping. Oh, that was weird. James Molyneux just went kind of straight into the corner and caught Brandon Mettler. Brandon Mettler up and over, landed on his lid. So not sure what happened to James Molyneux there. But yeah. Oh, it's dirt track racing. That's why I'm not down there on the track. I don't like dirt track racing. So I mean, unless it's a truck. If it's the truck, I'm in it. I'm in there for the race win. I love racing the trucks at dirt tracks, especially the cup cars too. Those are really fun, as it could go a lot of different ways. You're not going to flip because you got fenders, but you're also not going to make somebody else flip because you got fenders as well. So fenders on race cars, yes. Fenders not on race cars, big no-no for me.
Yeah, especially wings that like to get tangled up and do the old cartwheel.
Yeah, see, that's another big thing. I mean, the 410s are fun, don't get me wrong. I love doing the 410s. It's just one little minuscule mistake. You touch another wheel with another guy, and your race is pretty much over. You got to hope for the best that, you know, netcode plays a big part in it to keep your car down on the ground. But pace car back into pit lane. Ed Smith on the loud pedal, going to leave the competition in the dust as Mark Parkhurst going to be side by side with Theo Bishop, and here comes Thad Marshall down to the inside, going to possibly make it 3 wide. There he goes, down all the way down by the wall, using that wall to his advantage. A little bit of a crossover move. Mark Parkhurst. Oh, Kevin Foster nowhere to go. Going to bring out another yellow flag. Mark Parkhurst got tangled up with Thaddeus Marshall coming off. Oh, I hit the live button. Let's go back here. So Mark Parkhurst up on the top, going to go back down to the inside to get a crossover. Thaddeus Marshall, you can see him, he's trying to get that car straightened back out. Just comes up the track. Oh, they met in the middle. Mark Parkhurst meeting Thaddeus Marshall. And that's what I was talking about. Hoping that somehow your car stays alive. And right here, Kevin Foster, nowhere to go. It just absolutely nowhere to go. Front ends met, and they stayed connected all the way through that crash. So a couple of torn up race cars here tonight. You know, luckily you have one fast repair in the pits, and it's only the B main. So a lot of these drivers are going to go into pit lane and get those cars taken care of and get back out here. As already you just seen how quick it can go. As another thing, tire wear is going to be a big factor here tonight. Tire wear is big.
Ooh, Brandon coming around the outside on that wave around.
Yeah, he had a big accident earlier in the race, and I thought maybe it was going to ruin his chances of getting back out here tonight, but back on the lead lap goes Brandon Mettler. P number 1 is going to be Ed Smith, Theo Bishop in second, Thaddeus Marshall in third, and Dave Tilford in fourth. Running out your top 5 is going to be Paul Butler, and then number 77, RC Sweet Jenny Machine. Pace truck going to go down into pit lane, this time by Ed Smith with the go-go button. Thaddeus Marshall in P number 3. Didn't get the jump that he wanted to get, but he's going to get around Theo Bishop for P number 2. Oh, Thad Marshall. Oh, big wreck towards the back. His man.
Converging lines.
Yeah. I mean, looked like maybe Ed Smith got a little bit too sideways and had to really check up the car. I mean, right here, he hits that slick. And Thad Marshall already down on the inside, just nowhere to go. He hits the not so slick stuff and just kind of just sends him up. And Thad is getting lucky on a lot of this stuff there, because I mean, if that was me, I would have been around with the 605, the 036 getting involved. Dave Tilford coming in, Mark Parkhurst able to miss that. As a lot of these fast drivers getting caught up in that late race yellow.
It doesn't take much at all to get these things to just pretty much instant death.
Yeah, and Thaddeus Marshall going to be able to claim the lead here tonight. Paul Butler in P number 2, Dave Tilford in third. Fourth is going to be Joe Sullivan. Rounding out your top 5 will be Mark Parkhurst. Brandon Mettler making his way up here to P number 6. Kevin Foster in 7th. Ed Smith in 8th. Theo Bishop in 9th. And running out your 10-car field is going to be James Molino, who has taken it behind the wall.
So looking here at the B-May, Butler, nice shot for him. There in second.
Yeah, you know, Paul Butler is not really one too keen on dirt, but sitting P number 2, especially at Big E with the 410s, that is a win in anybody's book. As Thaddeus Marshall going to have the restart control, and if I was Paul Butler, I already know when Thaddeus is going to go. He's got to time that restart to a T, and there they go off to the races. Brandon Mettler, Dave Tilford down on the inside. He's going to get freight train 3 wide behind him. Here comes the 8 of Kevin Hollywood Foster. He's not going to be able to get the pass done, as it's just a hornet's nest towards the back here. Mark Parkhurst getting together with Theo Bishop.
They keep it going, though.
Yeah, luckily they kept it going. Dave Tilford getting passed by Ed Smith. Going to try to get his way back up here. Brandon Mettler, a little too sideways, wibbly wobbly. Almost 3 wide. Dave Tilford had to get on the binders. Here comes Kevin Foster around the outside of Brandon Mettler. He's figured it out so far. And Brandon Mettler just trying to hold on to that number 15 machine as he possibly can. And here comes Kevin Hollywood Foster to the outside of Ed Smith. Try to do that little bit of a diamond corner, not able to get there. But using that outside to his advantage, you know, that's where you're going to carry a lot of your momentum and your speed. Ed Smith sees that, capitalizes on it, takes away that run from Kevin Foster. And do we see a big slide job from Kevin Foster through turn number 3 and 4? This is the last chance. What are you going to do, Kevin? Slide job from Kevin. Just got into the slick. He got in the slick a little bit too early, and no, Kevin Foster's not going to be able to complete it. But it's going to be Thad Marshall and Paul Butler with Joe Sullivan, your top 3. As now we get ready to go feature racing here tonight.
There's the big field.
As we're going to go ahead and bring up the grid for tonight. Come on, grid. Oh, it's actually warm up. I forgot. It's warm up, then the race. Yeah, see? I done miscalculated all that stuff, so. Kevin Hollywood Foster trying to make some headway here. As the one to beat so far is going to be the number 4 of Thaddeus Marshall. Had a terrible heat race. Brought it back up through the B and the C main to capitalize on 2 wins. Thaddeus Marshall top of the boards with a 13.446. He's using that inside lane, keeping that sprint car, I mean, as straight as he possibly can make it. As he just went quick time with a 12.949. That's the first 12-second lap we have seen here tonight. And Thaddeus Marshall is the man who gets it done.
Yeah, we saw earlier this week he was posting some times. There's some 12.5s available somewhere in this track.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to happen, especially with Thad Marshall. I mean, the dude is a god on dirt. I mean, I wish I could be as good as he is on dirt. The only thing I'm better than him at dirt in is that's going to be the 87s on dirt. I mean, it is just, they're stock cars, the big bulky, and I got lucky. I'm blaming that win against Thad Marshall on luck, okay? Everybody knows how good, everybody knows how good Thad is on dirt. I mean, the dude is remarkable on dirt. Kind of like how I am on oval. Huh?
That's what I tell the guys that work all the time. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week.
Yeah.
When you're lucky, it always works out.
Exactly. Like, I'm good on oval. Thad's got it on dirt. I mean, that's just how it transpires. So, I mean,
well, he had to take the long way around for this one, though.
Yeah, he did. He definitely had to take the long way around and going to hit a 13.703, getting that top lane built on in. And seeing what he can do is, you know, these cars don't really look like they're going that fast, but we're going to go ahead and bring up a dashboard just to show you how fast these drivers are going. Is Thad goes down into pit lane. I believe everybody's actually going to go down into pit lane here.
Ponzi giving a little loop action.
So Christopher Hamilton hitting about 132, but Thad Marshall back out here now. We're going to see what kind of speed he can hit with about 125. During the straights, you're hitting 138. Yeah, I've seen 138 for Thaddeus Marshall.
That is insane.
I mean, it is the world's fastest almost half mile on dirt, so I could understand it. You know, everybody go down to the concession stand, get your toilet bowl, the most popular drink at Eldora. Oh, that was close. I don't think you can fit a piece of paper between those two tires, but
oh, this Bishop is a 666.
yeah, Bishop, the 666. I mean, you got Kelly Bishop, Christian Bishop. Oh, Thad Marshall up and sideways. Oh, right in front. Oh,
there we go. Chain reaction.
Pow. Oh, pow. Put it out. There's Thad Marshall going into pit lane.
Hope Thad's got the strength on that DD turned down.
Yeah, you know, that hopefully is Thad Marshall showing the way here. 30 seconds left in the warm-up, and then we go feature racing.
We had a full reset too, did we not?
I believe we did. I believe we did. I'm not 100% sure, so
That's
definitely going to be something fun to watch.
Warm-up has low usage. Okay. I was say there's already a line carved in. So yeah, they're burning the track up pretty quick.
Yeah, going to burn up that track super quick. Make it harder for everybody to get around during the feature. But warm-ups are done.
Ooh, Sherman.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the grid. And it's going to be John Crane with the pole here tonight. Derek Sherman in P2. Third will be William Edwards. Fourth, Caleb Collins. Fifth, Christopher Hamilton. Sixth is going to be Christian Bishop. Seventh, Carl Handwerk. Eighth will be Tim Ponzi. Ninth, Kelly Bishop. 10th, Thaddeus Marshall. 11th, Paul Butler. 12th, Joe Sullivan. 13th will be Ed Smith. 14th, Kevin Foster. 15th, Brandon Mettler. And 16th will be Theo Bishop. So 16 drivers make the start of the race here tonight. And it's definitely going to be a class act. Now, John, we're going to pick a dark horse. We already know who the favorite is. I mean, we're both going to pick the same favorite. We're going to pick a dark horse. Who would be your dark horse to win here tonight, and why?
Just realized I've been muted, but I was going to say Caleb Collins. Yeah, he's good on dirt, and if he keeps his nose clean, he'll be there at the end.
Yeah, Caleb Collins, you know, he has turned himself around on the dirt side. I think dark horse for me, I would have to go Christopher Hamilton. Christopher Hamilton showed some speed during the heat races, so I could see him being up there. We already know who the favorite is. It's going to be Thaddeus Marshall.
And can't count Sherman out either.
Yeah, can't count Sherman out. And we are back to racing. There is a big wheelie from the 888 right off the start, 3 wide already. And Chris Hamilton stuck in the middle.
Oh, Crane and Sherman getting
Crane and
locked up.
Sherman. Oh, big yellow flag here. First one of the night. I'm going to go ahead and go back to a yellow flag. You see John Crane down on the inside, wrapping that lane. The 888 and 26 get together. But it's going to be the 2 leaders taking each other out. Going to see what happens here. Derek Sherman on the outside, going to pull it back down towards the inside. John Crane moving up, Sherman moving down, getting together, locking the wheels. And that's what you're talking about, John. Locking wheels, not being able to get off of each other. And right there, they locked together. Everybody able to get through it, but the 888 going to tag Derek Sherman. And there it is. Those 2 drivers going to be stuck. And Derek Sherman, by the way, on his side, lost the wing. He's going to have to tow and get that car rebuilt.
It looks like just a little bit bigger midget now.
Yeah, you know, you got the 410 winged and you got the 410 non-winged. I've driven the non-winged, and let me tell you what, those things are a handful to drive. I don't get how anybody... Oh, look at that wheelie show by Chris Hamilton.
They have a 410 non-wing? I thought it was only the 360 that they did the non. I didn't think anybody was crazy enough to do a 410 without a wing.
Nope. There is definitely a 410 non-winged. I've ran it 1 time, and after that, I said never again. Couldn't even make a lap, just because I'm not good on dirt. I need my wing. But it's going to be Caleb Collins, William Edwards, to bring these drivers to the green flag. Caleb Collins down on the inside. He's going to have the go-go button. There he goes. He's going to get out to a sizable lead. Towards the back, Tim Ponzi down to the inside. Going to block the run from Thad Marshall.
Carl already up to 4th there.
Yeah, looking at him now on the Horton. Here's a Who machine up to P number 4. They're 3 wide behind him. Chris Hamilton holding off Thad Marshall as much as he possibly can. Now they're 3 wide. Thad through the middle. Side by side. Here comes Thad Marshall using that inside lane to his advantage. Chris Hamilton, top shelf. He's going to get passed by Thaddeus Marshall. Thad Marshall, man,
Carl
on a mission. Going to use that inside against Carl. Head work yet again. He's going to make quick and light work of that situation. Move Thad Marshall up to P number 4.
Oh, Chris coming through with Carl too.
Yeah, Chris Hamilton able to get around Carl Handwork, and now you got the 888 and the 4 together. They're locked together. Able to keep it off of one each other and not spin around, but Thad Marshall making his way up to P number 3. Now he's got a little bit of time to make up for second and first. As Caleb Collins leading the way here tonight out of the 40-lap feature. Lap number 10 underway as Joe Sullivan takes that number 76 down into pit lane.
Looks like Hamilton and Dad are kind of trading lap times there.
Yeah, it looks like Thad Marshall has caught the second place runner as Christian Bishop sees that number 4 getting a little bit bigger in his rear view, wants to get away from him, catch up to the race leader. As we have another caution.
Sullivan, maybe?
As I didn't see anybody stopped, but nobody stopped on the racetrack.
Showing Sullivan had something go wrong here.
I seen.
Oh, gets into the wall and.
Oof.
Yeah, I think he lost ability to steer, is what it looks like.
As that's going to be our second caution. And do you know who didn't want to see that caution? The 72. Because now you got Thad Marshall right up on your rear bumper, and it's only a matter of time. Now, if Caleb can time it correctly and keep Thad Marshall behind him, it could be good. But it's, I don't know. This could still be anybody's race here tonight.
Alright. Well, let's see here. So, 15 out of 40 laps. Holding it off here for a minute. Let's see. Looks like they were waiting for Sullivan to get a lap back. Okay. Whew. All right. So, looks like your top 5 are going to be Collins, Bishop, Hamilton, and Marshall. Or Marshall and Hamilton, not quite sure. William Edwards will be your 5th there. All right. So we've delayed it one more. I'm guessing there was some issue with Sullivan there. They're giving him a few laps back here. Okay, here we go. So we'll be going green this time around. Watch this jump here and see who gets the good launch. Thad hanging back a little bit with Chris on his outside. Here we go. Alright, so coming around, pace truck is in. There we go. Caleb, nice little jump. Get a little bit of breathing room. But not for long, because Thaddeus Marshall is now up into 2nd place. Ooh, that had to get on the binders there. Did not expect that checkup out of Collins. Drops him back to 3rd. Well, it only took him a corner to get back to 2nd there. Let's see if he just tries him on the high side, low side. Where's he going to go? Chris on the upper line there. And that is, well, maybe not this corner yet, but there we go. Oh, that having to cover off Hamilton there. That on that low line now, there we go. Starting to get out in first there. Got that one solidified. Looks like Chris is going to try to make a run outside there. Let's see. Chris going on the low side. That holding the high, but you get a good run coming out of that corner on that high line. You can see the slick starting to develop there. As there we go. Looks like that is starting to draw that gap out a little bit. Caleb trying to hold off the 26 of Christian Bishop there. And we see the number 18 of Handwork back here in 5th. Check here. Oh, we got a yellow. This looks like this might be from Kelly Bishop here. The 666 machine. Oh. So this is maybe the Theo Bishop, the 036. Oh, wow. Yeah. Looks like the 605, and I'm just realizing it's Dylan's on the broadcast, so I have no clue what y'all are actually looking at this very moment in time. He had to step away to use the facilities. He should be back shortly. So it looks like he's got it set to Christian Bishop currently. So I'll put that on the camera here. Maybe what I'm saying makes a little bit more sense to everybody right now. Let's see here. Where is... There we go. There we go. Sounds like Dylan might be coming back to us now.
Yes, sir, I am here. I'm back. As we are under caution. While they're doing that, I'll go ahead and roll the clip there, as it involved a Kelly Bishop. I'm going to go ahead and go back and see what happened here. Looking at the 666. And it looks like he gets a little bit... Oh, he checks up. Oh!
Yeah, it looks like Theo Bishop was the... it was actually two other people, but STK wasn't showing me who. We're already together when Theo came into the scene of the accident. But we are back going green now.
Back to the green flag action. 3 wide. Brandon, or Theo Bishop.
Oh.
Christian Bishop, I mean. Oh, too many bishops. Anyways, he makes it high, wide, and handsome around Caleb Collins, able to get that pass done, as it is all Thad Marshall and Chris Hamilton up here for the top 2 positions.
Caleb and Butler making himself known in here. Where did? Looks like that one's going to involve Carl.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Yellow flag out again. Carl Handwork, Ed Smith, Tim Ponzi.
Oh, slider gone wrong.
Oh, big slider. Oh, involving Caleb Collins. Oh, Caleb Collins, hard in the wall. Oh, pirouette. Oh, man.
Another wingless one.
Man, involving these two. Kevin Foster barely missing it. Same with Derek Sherman. But Tim Ponzi, right. Oh, man. Collecting Carl Handwork. He's going to be riding around on his rim. The 605, the 036, and up and around the 605 goes of Ed Smith. So, not the way that these drivers wanted to see this race go, as we have 8 laps to go in the feature. I want to say thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, and subscribed to CRN and followed along throughout the week. Ricky Gonzalez out there saying the 7, or the 77, the 8, and the 72 going to the front. Well, Paul Butler has gone to the front. Caleb Collins was there. And the 8 slowly starting to work his way there. But, Ricky, hopefully you're having a fun time out there in California. Miss having you up here in the broadcast booth, as we're getting ready to go green. Thad Marshall taking the outside instead of the inside. Going to get a great restart there. There he goes. Oh! Trouble!
There's chaos.
No caution, though. Everybody able to keep it straight as Paul Butler got involved.
Did.
There it is. And that is the problem with these late race restarts. The 26 and 888 getting together. That allows for the 8 to get gone. The 8 gets tagged by him.
And then Butler gets rear-ended by...
Yeah, not sure what happened here. Looking at Paul Butler. Oh, he got a little bit too sideways. Here comes Brandon Mettler. Oh, pow! Put it out. Right to the rear.
A little bit of crinklage on the back of that thing, but he should have gotten away with the impact there.
Yeah, could have gotten away with it, as we're going to go ahead and look at the number 77 here. He is right here. That number 77 doesn't look too bad. He's all good. We got this. As Chris Hamilton was able to take the lead from Thaddeus Marshall. So, can Chris Hamilton play restart games with Thaddeus Marshall? Because Thaddeus Marshall's going to think that you're going to go early. I think right now, I would want to go super late and play those restart games with that number 4 machine to get him off balance. See what you can do. I think Thad is in P number 2. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll find out who jumps first. As coming around, 3 laps to go, and it is Chris Hamilton. Look at that, he went a little bit later. He's going to be able to pull away from Thad Marshall. Top lane hero goes Chris Hamilton. 2 laps to go. Can Chris Hamilton pull away from Thaddeus Marshall?
Is he going to have enough?
2 laps to go here from the biggie. Thaddeus Marshall running that outside lane.
Yeah.
And I think that's what could do it. He's closing in 0.2 of a second. Final lap here at Eldora.
Time and track to make the move, though.
I think he's got to do the slide job here in turn number 3 and 4. Thaddeus Marshall, he couldn't get it done. Chris Hamilton gonna come around. Maybe here comes Thaddeus Marshall with the last lap. Who got it? I'm looking at
like Chris,
Hamilton.
I think
it says Hamilton. Okay. Look, we gotta go back and pause this right at the finish, and we gotta go to an actual good-looking camera here.
0.036
by Chris Hamilton, correct?
That's what it says.
So we're going to go ahead and slow it on down here. You can see Chris Hamilton ran the inside. And look, just, oh man, does he able to do it? He does. Chris Hamilton able to hold off Thad Marshall. What a crazy finish. As we're going to go ahead and
about 2 feet.
Yeah, about that 2 feet is what they'll need. As we're going to go ahead and bring up the race results.
If this was a Talladega start-finish line, Thad would have had him.
Yeah, that was definitely something here to watch. Chris Hamilton coming around to take the race win. Thaddeus Marshall going to finish P number 2. 3rd is going to be Christian Bishop. 4th is going to be Carl Handwerk. 5th, Kevin Foster. 6th, William Edwards. 7th, Caleb Collins. 8th, Paul Butler. 9th, Kelly Bishop. 10th is going to be Ed Smith. 11th, Tim Ponzi. 12th, John Crane. 13th is going to be Joe Sullivan. 14th, Brandon Mettler. 15th is going to be Derek Sherman. And running out your 16-car field will be Theo Bishop. Gonna go ahead and
Carl get all the way up to 4th.
Hey, you know what? You know it.
He was a little back there for a bit.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, it was an absolute crazy race. It is dirt, so you gotta keep that in consideration. But
on that restart when that yep. Oh, wow.
We are now joined by our 3rd place finisher. This is going to be Christian Bishop. Christian, this is Dylan and John Nobinger in the broadcast booth to get a copy.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good up here. I kept all my incidence points to myself, kept my wings on, didn't have any dirt in my eyes. I'm fine up here. But, sir, you ran a great race. You started P6 on the field. You were up 3 positions, were able to capitalize on the mistakes of other drivers, kept your car clean all the race long. Kind of walk me through what the track was doing to you. I know the 410 sprint car probably isn't anybody's strong suit but Thad Marshall's. Kind of walk me through, did you start with the wing all the way forward? Did you have to move it to the back to where the car kept straight? And what was the track condition like starting this feature?
At the start, it was decent grip. Definitely better than what the practice opened with. So I think I started with mine all the way up. But then at about the first caution, I had to start moving it back. And then by the end, I was somewhere in the middle, like -3, -4.
Okay.
But still pretty far up front. I just ended up moving to the top instead of moving the wing back.
Yeah, so was it top line dominant? Like, is that where everybody wanted to be at? Or was it like pick and choose where you wanted to run? I know we've seen a couple of slide jobs through different people, but is it something that had to be done in order for you to get around somebody?
So there was kind of like a hard changeover point where the track state made it so that the top line was just faster. And I noticed that after one of the restarts, because Chris Hamilton just blew by us all on the outside. And it was like, oh, the outside is ready to go. So just switched to the outside, and then it becomes hard to pass from there. You kind of just have to slide job people. And even when you get somebody running on the bottom, like I was running behind Caleb, and he in 3 and 4 was going low, but would come up to the top before I was able to get by him. So I would have to get checked up or change my line to the low line for 1 and 2, which was not super viable at that point. So it was tough.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough. But next week we go to Charlotte in the street stocks. It's going to be Bump Draft Central. It's going to be an oval. It's going to be fun. But before we let you get on out here, Christian, is there anybody on that number 26 Space Sheep machine you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, the whole team, Space Sheep Racing. There's, I think, 5 of us in here. Helping make putting in the work fun and doable to get pretty good results.
All right, Christian, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that 3rd place victory here tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week at Charlotte.
Here's hoping.
All right, that's going to be our 3rd place finisher of Christian Bishop. We're going to go ahead and bring up our 2nd place finisher. That's going to be Thad Marshall. And John, I'm going to go ahead and let you do the honors of interviewing Mr. Thaddeus Marshall.
You got a copy on this, Thad?
Yes, sir, I do.
So close there, coming up to the line.
Yeah, I told Chris I should have just put it against the wall and let her eat, but I didn't know what he was going to do. He just walked the line and he got loose. I saw it and I thought I was going to have enough run coming out of the corner, but just 33 to 1,000. So that's not awful. I'll take a second for that instead of just getting killed.
Yeah, it looked like there was a few contact issues tonight. But all in all, win last week after the decision came down, and 2nd this week. It's not looking too shabby for the championship for you.
No, it's really not. And, after, not making it in through the heat race, coming through Alphabet Soup, I'm not going to lie, I was driving angry. I was not happy with what went down in that heat race, but, ended up winning both the C and the B and drove up to the front pretty quickly, just bobbled once, and Chris got the lead.
Yeah, was that just on the restart, or when we had those 2 cautions back to back, he just managed to catch you when the flag fell?
Yeah, it come to the backstretch on that second to last restart. It pushed tight on me, so I had to back out of the throttle, and he just got underneath me just enough where it gave him the lead going down the backstretch, and I thought I was catching him pretty well, and, just unfortunate, but congrats to him on the win.
Well, anybody you want to give a shout out to on that machine for tonight?
I'd like to thank you and Dylan for putting on the broadcast. Sorry I couldn't get it done for you guys tonight, and family for supporting me and my wife and stepson. They're out here watching me for a little bit, and hopefully I'm able to race next week, and maybe not. So we'll all see what happens.
Well, we're hoping for you have a good one there with the new one on the way. But you definitely put on a clinic tonight coming through those fields. And congratulations on the second place.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be our second place finisher of Thaddeus Marshall. Going to go ahead and bring up our winner chicken dinner. That's going to be Chris Hamilton. Chris, this is Dylan, the broadcast with and John Nobinger. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, Chris. Yeah, I'll be honest. You were my dark horse pick for tonight. I don't know why. I just felt that you were the man to get the job done as a dark horse. And just because I've been beaten by you, I don't know, 20 out of 20 times on dirt in the 87s. Anytime we get together to race, you've always had my number. So I had to go with Mr. Chris Hamilton here tonight. But kind of walk me through that race here tonight. Thad said that he had a little bit of a bobble towards the end of that race. But explain to me how your race went from the start of the green flag all the way to the end.
Well, I was trying to do something different from everybody else. The bottom line was predominant towards it, so I tried to run as low as I could. And then there came a point where the top came in. I just happened to be there, and it was like past the halfway point of the race. I was like, you know what? The top should come in here at any time now, so I'll just rip around the top so that way I'm not following. And that's what kind of got me up there. The bottom still had something if you could finesse it, but I almost threw it away there on the last lap because I went to protect the slider, was in the ice, and then Thad, had he ripped around the outside, he probably would have got me.
Yeah, we seen that coming around there, and I thought maybe he was going to throw the slide job, so you were kind of contradicting that move, but all in all, it still worked out for you by 0.03 of a second. So, you know, like you said, the top came in at that one point, and you just kind of rode that top lane for you. He had that bobble towards the end. You got the race lead, and that's pretty much all you needed for the race win here tonight. Next week, you got Draft Central, Charlotte Motor Speedway in the street stock, 75 laps. Or is that I know we know about you and Draft Package? Is that something that you're looking forward to next week?
Absolutely not, but it's the iRacing special, so we'll just like every other race, I might not like the combination if it isn't a Miata, but we'll shut up and put up.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you know, you're always there when you least expect you to be. So with that being said, Mr. Hamilton, is there anybody on that number 64 you'd like to give a shout out to?
Huge shout out to Ryan McCauley. He does a paint scheme each and every week here on the Core Racing Network. They does a great job. It supports me. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks to Carl for putting on a good league. Thad was a menace on dirt, and to actually beat him on dirt, that's a pretty big accomplishment. He drove a very, very clean race, and thank you guys for the broadcast.
Well, Chris, we thank you for giving us one hell of a show here tonight, and we're going to go ahead and let you get on out here, celebrate the race win here tonight, come back next week with a, hopefully, 2 for 2, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully some of those wheelies made it onto the stream. Those were fun.
Yeah, we got to see your one wheelie, and then right off the start, we seen somebody else right off the rip do a wheelie all the way down the front stretch, so that was pretty fun to see. So, always put on a show, whether it's under caution or under green flag laps.
Have fun. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too, bud. All right, that's going to do it for the in-race interviews here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the results one final time. And it's going to be Christopher Hamilton getting the race win here tonight. Thaddeus Marshall in second. Christian Bishop running out your top 3. Carl Handwerk battling all the way back up to P number 4. Kevin Foster in 5th. 6th will be William Edwards. 7th, Caleb Collins. 8th, Paul Butler. 9th, Kelly Bishop. 10th, Ed Smith. 11th, Tim Ponzi. 12th, John Crane. 13th is going to be Joe Sullivan. 14th, Brandon Metler. 15th, Derek Sherman. And running out your 16-car field will be Theo Bishop. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to CRN, as we have a lot of stuff going on. As tomorrow night on CRN, the 24th of July, we have Sebring as the Core GT Series battles for 45 minutes, sunset at Sebring in the LMP3s and the GT3s. Tuesday night, you're going to have 3 broadcasts. You have myself with the Smoky Mountain Dirt Racing League as they go to Volusia in the Pro late models. And then John Obinger has a stream for us on a Tuesday night with the Arca Menard Series as they go to the Kentucky, as that's going to be fun. You don't want to miss that. And then you're going to have Carl and Jimmy Covert in the broadcast booth for UCRL as they get ready to go back to racing after having a week off. For Wednesday, we have 2 broadcasts. One for me being with the Lucky Dogs Racing League as they go to week number 3, and that one is going to be... I believe it is Thompson. I can't remember. It is going to be New Smyrna. 100 laps, stage break at lap number 25. And then you're going to have Chop Shop GT League with Mark Thomas and Carl Hanberg. Thursday, you're going to have the dirt side of the Core Racing League as they go to the Knoxville.
Oh, yeah.
In the dirt street stock. So that's going to be something fun to watch. It's kind of a little bit of a multi-class. So you're going to see the 305s, the limited lates, the big blocks, the dirt legends, and the street stocks all in one season. Friday, we have the broadcast for the FEG Custom PC money race on a Friday night. Saturday doubleheader as well for the FEG Custom PCs. And then back here on Sunday with the Core Premier Series. It's been an absolute blast being up here in the broadcast booth for the Core Premier Series. My name is Dylan. Alongside of me is John Nobinger. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.